Well, hey everyone, welcome to Freedom Ranch Homestead.
We are coming to you from our garden, our very first garden that is officially named Grandma's Garden. Okay, we're gonna plow our garden. Yeah!
So in March, we tilled up the soil the first time with the rototiller, and then we let it sit for a little while, and the weeds and grass started popping up again because this was heavily grassed. So we needed to hit it again, tilled it up one more time.
Yep.
And then we covered it with weed fabric and started our planting.
So now we're gonna slide the fabric over because we decided we want to use the center part of the garden. We will not be planting the whole thing this year because we just are so late in this whole process. Get to your job, mister. So now we're putting the staples in. Get on there. Good? Is that all you had? Okay, go across and grab some more, buddy. You're doing such a good job, I'm gonna let you take over.
The thing with potatoes is you need eyes, and the
eyes are where they're sprouting
they'll
already?
sprout out from here, but they'll use the potato, what's left of it, for nutrition until it gets its own root system and can take off.
Should we throw this decomposed glove in there too?
That's lovely.
So we'll probably get a good hill of it. Depends on the ground. I have never grown it in the clay soil like this before, but in sandy soil like we have on the farm in Wisconsin, you'd get a hill of 10 or 12 potatoes out of each
Wow.
each hill.
A storm came in, so we had to abandon the garden. Hopefully I'll get to it tomorrow. Raining pretty hard. Glad we came in. Hey guys! So I am back today getting ready to plant some of the potatoes and a couple of the other things that Chuck had purchased the bulbs for. Let's see, I'm gonna cut an X. Then I'm gonna fold it. Oh, and the ground is so moist and just like ready for these puppies to get planted. New experience for me, but I am open to it and I'm hoping that we can get something to grow. So what I have learned so far as planting potatoes go is that ideally you want 2 eyes, which are the little sprouts, per each potato. So if you have a potato that has like 4 eyes on it or sprouts, you can cut it in half and then you just bury it with the eyes pointed up. I started out with spacing them about 6 to 8 inches apart, and then I decided to try and expand the space just in case they do get a little bit bigger. Like I said, I have never done this before, so that's kind of the common theme in my life, learning everything from scratch. And my teacher, Chuck, is unfortunately out of town. So so I did a little researching and found out some information on my own. He did inform me to plant them eye up, so that was very, very helpful. The ones that do not have eyes on them, I am going to compost. And Capella's been having fun chasing after them. She loves to chase after rocks. And so she thinks that they're rocks when I throw them. And then when she gets them into her mouth, she's kind of surprised at how soft they are. Huh, you want it? I'm surprised she doesn't want to eat it. So the next thing I'm going to plant here are red onion bulbs. Yummy, I love red onion. Unfortunately, we kept these underneath our yurt, and so some of them got a little moldy. But from what I read is that if you squeeze it and you can still feel the bulb, you can plant them and they will be okay. So we'll find out. I'm still going to do it just because I don't want to waste them. And if they're really moldy, then I obviously will just put them in the compost. Look at the furry head, except it's going to be going down like that. 6 inches apart. I'm just cutting the X, folding it back, digging the hole, and setting it in, and then covering it back up. You like my commentary? So now I am moving on to some yellow onions. They're already starting to sprout. They look awesome. So the last bulbs that I have are white onion bulbs. I am officially done for the day. I have had enough time in the sun, and I feel like I accomplished quite a bit. Very successful day, very muddy, so I'm gonna go take a shower. Heading back to the yurt. Hey everybody, I am back. Day 2 of planting my very first garden. And today I'm going to be planting some seeds that I had put into little containers a couple weeks ago, and they have started to sprout. And so I'm going to actually put them into the earth here in the garden and see how they do from there. I also have some tomato plants. I am making a map of everything that I put in the garden so I know exactly what is doing well and what isn't doing well, so I can learn from that and change things up the next time I plant a garden. So I better get planting. Okay, I got them all planted, and I just pray that they make it. This soil, you guys, is like, it's clay. I mean, it's just really not good. We just did not get the lime put on when we wanted to. They just were not available to come. And we tilled it up the best we could and put some compost in it, but it definitely needs a lot of manure. It needs a lot of work. So if these plants even survive, I will be amazed. Good morning, everybody.
Good morning.
Chuck is with me this Saturday morning. We're going to work some more on the garden. I'm going to plant a few more of my seeds that sprouted, and then Chuck picked up some more plants to put in the garden as well.
And the bonus is we've got some liquid gold.
We do. Yeah, Chuck picked up some cow patties. And we're gonna mix it with water and make a nice little slush out of it. So.
It's cow patty tea. This is a trick from my mom. Growing up, I remember we would do this and pour it into the hole for the tomato plants, and they would just turn almost black. They'd get the nitrogen from the cow patties, and they would grow so well. It's just an awesome, totally organic way to fertilize our garden.
Yeah, and we need it. So here are some of the seeds that I planted down at the yurt that I'm bringing up here. I have broccoli and Swiss chard, and what else do I have? Kale. Chuck wanted to show the making of the tea.
I went out in the pasture and picked up
Look at that cow poop.
And
Cow patties is just a nice way of saying.
The fresher the better, so that there's still as much nitrogen left in it as possible.
So folks, while I was working on my tan on the beaches of La Jolla, my husband was learning how to make cow poo tea. Oh yeah, baby.
This is liquid gold, I'm telling you. This is the best fertilizer you can put on.
Thank you to our cows for providing this for us.
Yep, and this comes right off the grass from the pasture, so it's a much faster way of composting the grass.
We get some junkies, chunky monkeys.
So then I'm wrapping this around a little piece of paper, and it's just a protection from cutworms when they're young and tender. The cutworms tend to come in and literally cut them down. And I just stuck my hand in a bunch of poop.
Will that help you grow?
I'll grow like a weed now. So what's your favorite part of gardening, my dear?
You got to really work for your food, and I think that's what it's going to be like. I'm going to appreciate it so much more because we're working for it.
Yep.
You know, that we're not just getting it from the store, that we're actually seeing it flourish and grow because of what we have done with our hands.
You got
That's it.
So we're planting strawberries.
Yummy sludge.
So what I could do, you want to plant those?
Yay! Hey, strawberries going in the ground. So we have planted all the plants we want to plant for today. So now what we're doing is we are folding the fabric back, or releasing it from the fold, because we are finding that it keeps the moisture in, since we are not able to water as often as we would like due to the fact that we don't have a watering hose up here. We are going to try to keep the moisture as best we can. Later that day, Chuck and Bree planted some more potatoes off the edge of the garden from where we were working, and then marked them with some of the pegs so that we'll be able to see them as they grow up later.
I'm gonna let the sun shine in today. I'm trying to make this darkness go away. I'll paint with colors and I'll sing until my lungs give out. I'm gonna let the sun shine in today. And I will leave my windows open so that I can hear the sound of people talking and the wind blowing in the trees. Oh, I will open up my eyes so I can see the light. Oh, and I'll try to spread my wings so I can fly.
Well, we hope you enjoy the video, and
yeah, I've got another video coming out very soon on a day in a life on the ranch. So
you got it.
We'll see you soon. Take care.